everyone, it's Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we have a big ol' update to go through. We have hero changes, Eris, Ingrid, Elder, and so much more. We have Malrik Halls of Illusion, Gear, Artifacts, Upgrade, Guild War, Titanic Ruin, and some big mentions here in the Others section, so I will read it so you don't have to. Alrighty, and I know I'm a day late here, so if you guys already know about this, you already read it yourself, or you watched another video, fine, fair enough, but that is going to be what we talk about for today. I was going to include this with the dev insights in the same video, but there's just so much to go through that this video was long enough by the time I finished, so let's go and dive in. Oh, and I am without camera now because my eye is quite sensitive. I'm trying to do very minimal recording with my extra bright lights on. Sensitivity to light seems to be getting worse for me, and hopefully a neurology appointment can help give me some good advice, but we're just dealing with the facial paralysis still for now. Alright, but before we jump in, I have to mention this. I almost forgot, Smile One has bundles again, so link in the description or the pinned comment if you guys want to take advantage of some of these bundles. So there's some really great values here. I have to say the big value packs could do better. These are like kind of the base value of something, you know, like a rare crystal, 250 crystals for 250 bucks. But you get legendary skill crystals or summoning crystals at the same time, so that's definitely better value. The ancient one comes with 1,000 or 1,000,000 golds and 2 skill crystals, so that has extra value. But the amount of ancients for that price is kind of meh compared to the other bundles. So just being honest there, I think these are a little bit or they're a little bit they're okay, but they're not top tier. Where like this one here is really great value for the ancients, and that's why they are limited bundles as well. You can only purchase 2 of these per account, so if you are debating spending to top up for future events or this weekend, this might be a good time to do it because these are incredible value. When it comes to rare summoning crystals, you're looking for stuff that's like less than $1, or the ancient summoning crystals you want to be less than $4 per, I would say, and legendary crystals I don't personally purchase as much, so I kind of just consider them a bonus. So this is a solid value considering 3 crystals as a bonus, but it is a bit pricey. This one here is also very good with a just simple 3 crystals for $8 plus a little extra. But if you're a low spender, definitely snag these little one purchase bundles while you can. And if you're a mid-tier or bigger spender, definitely check out the values for Smile One bundles going on now. Okay, for real, let's go here and read the update. So this is for the 25th. After the update, challenging the gear dungeon will no longer consume stamina. We will reimburse the stamina consumed during this period's gear dungeon to commanders who've already participated in it after the update. Now that's awesome. I've definitely already done mine because I tend to forget, so I tried to do at least Gear Dungeon 1 before it gets too late. Now, there's some other changes here. Interesting, I see Ingrid, Dao-Chan, Tallulah, oh boy. So, heroes. Tallulah. Optimize the target selection logic for basic attack. After optimization, Tallulah the Holly Blues basic will prioritize characters with lower HP. Dao-Chan. Fixed an issue in auto fight where abnormal skill casting logic could occur during prolonged combat. Ingrid added the description for the Lord skill Radiant Glory 3 to better match the actual skill effects. So I'm not going to read the before. Let's try to compare. So after, this is what it's going to say. Increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Periodically increases faction team members' damage and healing bonus by 50% for 20 seconds. The more faction members that are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect. So that's the same. And then after the Lord deals direct damage to an enemy, faction team members deal an extra 20% damage to that enemy within 3 seconds. This effect can affect up to 1 enemy per Lord attack. So this was very different than here, right? Within 3 seconds. Okay, yeah. Within 3 seconds after the Lord deals damage. It's just, okay, this just a wording change. So they didn't actually change anything. It's just making it hopefully more easily to like understandable. Maybe people were reporting it not working because of the wording being incorrect. So there's no changes to Ingrid, just a description adjustment to make sure there's clarity. All right, we have links. Fixed an issue where the ultimate Frozen Rain occasionally failed to apply damage multipliers to targets with Winter's Bite and Freeze. Narissa, Awaken 4 effect adjusted from penetration plus 8% to attack plus 5%. Smart. I like that better for her, of course, especially with the inspiration. All right, Elder, here we go, guys. So Elder got changed for the better and for the worse, right? I saw a thumbnail or two that seemed to have a little bit of mixed reviews. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Trax, especially if you're listening, I want to know what you think about Elder's changes as someone who's played him quite a lot. All right, Elder is enhanced to an AoE fighter. Attack range is increased to 2 tiles ahead. Initial attack speed is changed to 3.5 seconds, and initial deployment cost remains unchanged. Enhanced his Thunder of Winter skill effects are as follows. He is a faction, of course, he's a lord for the North Throne. He's a fighter. Physical attack deals 100 to 120% damage to 5 enemies. A talent, when the hero has a shield, dealing damage grants an extra damage equal to 30% of shield strength. Thunder Incarnation, attack increase plus 30 to 50%. The hero gains Thunder Aegis. Allies of the same faction on the battlefield temporarily gain Elder's talent. Ultimate lasts for 20 seconds. Okay. Definitely need to be shielded then, which is common with the Northerners anyway. Okay, there's a lot of changes here. Holy moly. Storm of Retribution. A basic attack has a 15 to 20% chance to trigger Thunder Hammer, dealing an extra 200 to 250% damage. If the hero has no shield, triggering Thunder Hammer has a 40% chance to gain a shield equal to 50% of attack for 10 seconds. Thunder Protection. When taking damage, gains a shield equal to up to 40 to 60% max HP, and damage increase 20 to 30% for 10 seconds. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 40 to 35 seconds. The ranges I'm reading are, of course, if the hero is booked or not. All right, Awaken 1. During the ultimate, allied heroes within 1 tile also gain half the Thunder Aegis effect. Awaken 3. During the ultimate, Thunder Hammer triggered chance increases by 40%. And Awaken 5, Thunder Hammer deals an extra damage equal to 30% of the current shield strength. Okay. So, did he really help make him a better lord overall? Or does it just improve his damage a little bit, specifically as an AoE fighter? I'm not so sure here. I don't have a lot of experience with Elder myself. I did get him, but I never really invested in him in a Northerner team quite yet. I was kind of waiting for the buff that we knew was coming anyway. There didn't really make much sense to overly use him until I knew that, when I knew there was going to be so many changes. But I'm not sure. I don't really have an opinion yet myself, so let me know in the comments below if you do for that one. All right, Eris, the Gilded Falcon. The Gilded Falcon's initial deployment cost is reduced from 26 to 22. Wow. Talent, Mighty Thrust, additionally inflicts 10% vulnerability magic damage on enemies for 3 seconds. Awaken 1 has an additional effect of deployment cost -2 and Golden Trample range +1. Awaken 3, additional effect during the ultimate Unrelenting Will, trigger interval is reduced by an additional 1 second. And Awaken 5, Mighty Thrust and Destiny's Decree, ignore target max resist ratio increased from 20 to 25%. Damn! So he got quite a buff here, and he's already pretty wonderful. Absolutely sounds fantastic. especially that deployment cost, which I had other people comment when we mentioned this before, saying that they love Eris even with the deployment cost. You don't notice he works fine everywhere you need him, but definitely going to help him be maybe more versatile in other areas where you need quicker deployment. And yeah, he's already a great hero, and now he's going to be even better. So sounds like an amazing buff. All right, Rygar, the Scorned Ravager. Fixed an issue where Rygar, the Scorned Ravager, has unstable damage output in rare cases. We fixed an incorrect skill description text for Rygar. Brute strength at level 5. Before it was defense penetration plus 5%, but after it's defense penetration plus 10%. So it's actually more than what it was showing. And then we have Alicia, the Skyward Sovereign. Fixed an issue where Alicia's ultimate, Thunder's Bind, would occasionally cause lightning or bounce to deal damage to herself in certain stages. Oops. That's funny. I kind of like that one. That's a good giggle. All right, so Malrik, Halls of Illusion. Level 1 to 2 keystones can now use auto fight. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go get some of those done. Well, okay. Next week I will. Added a trial keystone destruction feature. Commanders can choose to destroy keystones. Oh, hell yeah. Don't waste time on the level 1 or 2 then. I mean, maybe I'll just do them if we can use auto fight. We'll see. Okay. Interesting. I don't wonder what we get by destroying them. All right. Added energy feature to trial keystones. When commanders enter a trial, 1 point of keystone energy will be deducted. When the battle concludes, if the trial keystone's energy is greater than 0, commanders can choose to abandon rewards, leave the trial, and retain the trial keystone to attempt the trial again. Okay. So, energy feature. If battle concludes, if it's greater than 0. What does that mean? So if we have like X amount of energy and you go in and there's only 0, you can go fight when there's 0 energy. So you're allowed to quit a certain amount of trials, but not all of them that you might want to do. Like they'll give us 5 per day or something, and then you can quit 5 of them. But if you want to keep going and do more keys, you're being more risky. I think that's interesting. Okay. Optimize the chest settlement animation when clearing Malrik Halls of Illusion. Added recommended hero displays for some tags in the stage's detail preview. Increase the sources for Trial Keystone. Trial Keystones can now be obtained from artifact material raids, gear dungeons, and the dungeon shop. Replace the gold reward for enhancing any gear in weekly quests with a random keystone reward. I changed the acquisition method for some trial keystones to obtaining trial keystones chests. Trial keystone chests will be stored in storage after being obtained to avoid occupying storage space. Commanders can open chests in the storage at any time to obtain trial keystones at the corresponding levels. Added a 90-second stage countdown after the trial waves in trials. Settlement will begin when the countdown ends. Oof. Okay. So sorry, let's not scroll. There's a lot of changes here. Definitely it sounds like they're giving us a little bit of quality of life and some help to avoid some of the time sink or filling up on keystones of like things we don't really want, like those low level 1 and 2s. Let's see if those changes are enough to make the people happy. All right, gear and artifacts. Cataclysm set bonus has been enhanced. Increase the effect duration of the hero's damage increase upon landing a crit hit with a basic attack. Before, it was for 5 seconds, and now it's for 8 seconds. So extra duration? Is that enough? I mean, it's obviously better. Does it make it better than like what other lower tier sets are? I don't know. Definitely gonna have to see some testing, but sounds pretty helpful, especially with so much focus on those basic attacks and with heroes with really high attack speed. Should definitely have a nice damage boost. All right. Optimized runic augmentation rules for artifacts. Runic augmentation can now yield attributes of the same type as the current runic attribute. And optimize the activation logic for invigoration and Wings of Grace gear set bonuses. After optimization, they will prioritize granting attack increase to non-sanctity units such as a Nora. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. And, well, oh boy, Guild War. All right, we have a lot of updates here. Added a new option in the Guild War sandbox setting. Prioritize Guild War team. When enabled, others will prioritize using Guild War defense team during friendly or face-off battles. Optimize the sandbox face-off battle experience. After a face-off battle ends, the face-off list will no longer reset to the first player's position. Optimize the gear or Guild War face-off experience with guild members. After the update, you can select a guild member on the placement page, then directly initiate a Guild War face-off via friendly face-off in their player profile page. Definitely a nice, simple quality of life improvement there. I optimized the Guild War matchmaking algorithm and adjusted the activity weight for each round. Okay. Optimized Guild War record playback rules. Battle recordings from previous versions will no longer be played. So, okay. Number 4 here. Optimized matchmaking algorithm and adjusted the activity weight for each round. This is, I think, what we talked about in our dev interview, where we really drilled in how many issues there are with Guild War and matchmaking and the reality of people having to, you know, make Overlord more based on the last matchup mattering the most versus the entire season mattering. So hopefully that adjusts that and makes it be more important to actually win every round versus you could be lazy for half the season, then you win your last couple battles and you're good. That's not how it should be, right? So we'll see how that changes. Titanic Ruins added an auto-fight gear record system for Apocalypse 1 and Apocalypse 2 in Titanic Ruins. Added a playtest feature for Titanic Ruins. The playtest feature is not restricted by hero locks and does not save auto-fight records. Okay, playtest feature is great for sure, but it doesn't save it. Wait, isn't that the whole point of playtest, to actually save it? Like in the other one, it'll save it and it becomes your new best score. Not for this one. Okay. I mean, it's still better than nothing if people want to experiment with new heroes. But then if you do an amazing, perfect team that you really synchronize your timings, it just doesn't save. I don't know how I would feel about that, but I'm sure some people that just like to experiment will still enjoy it. All right, optimize some performance aspects in Titanic Ruins. Optimize the reward redistribution mechanics for Titanic Ruins and Drake's Chasm. After optimization, unclaimed Titanic Ruins and Drake's Chasm rewards can trigger reward redistribution emails even when the guild is disbanded. Okay. Gotcha. Just making sure people don't lose their rewards if they have their guild get disbanded. That's nice. All right, now, others. After this update, challenging the gear dungeon will no longer consume stamina. We will reimburse the stamina consumed during this period's gear dungeon to commanders who have already participated in after the update. United Front now offers new stages where commanders will work together to challenge bosses while defending against massive enemy assaults. The Withstand the Tide now includes additional peak talent levels up to level 50. And Withstand the Tide feature has new waves up to 200. Complete the new Tide Wave challenges to earn and its Soulstone ×2. Okay, there we go. Now that's a nice subtle update just thrown in here with all the others. Damn. So this others is like more like a content update. These are great, huge points. And I feel like the other category is one people probably read through too quickly, not thinking it's important, but okay. This is a great start. All right, added Our 6 new Trial of Nightmare stages have been added to the faction trial. Awesome. Diamond rewards have been added to hero skins for reading stories. I've read them all. I gotta go click them all. All right. After unlocking a hero skin and corresponding hero, reading the skin story will reward 50 diamonds. Okay, so rewarding, another way to reward people for purchasing skins. Or just checking them out and making them tempted to purchase the skin. Okay, I like that. Increase the redemption limit of auto fight chance in the Awakening shop, and added the gear recasting hammer and mystery demon chest for commanders to redeem. The purchase limit. Wait. Blah, pause. Okay, redemption limit auto fight chances in Awakening. So that's weird. They increased the amount of auto fights, but we've decreased our stamina availability, so those two things don't really go together, but okay. The purchase limit for hero storage has been increased from 300 to 500. Oh, thank God. I mean, not that we really need it because of the whole extra overflow thing, but it'd still be nice. Added some achievements. In Malrik Halls of Illusion, clear a trial unlocked by Mossy Crystal 3 or above, legendary rarity or rarer, and eliminate all monsters to unlock the medal reward. Then Flawless Trialist. In Malrik Halls of Illusion, clear a trial unlocked by Mossy Crystal 4 or above of legendary rarity or rarer, and eliminate all monsters to unlock the medal reward. Hal Great Explorer. Obtain 1,200 stars in campaign stages to unlock the medal reward. Guild Glory. Launch 300 successful attacks in Guild War. Count resets upon achievement launch. Okay, not from before, only starting now. Drip Master 4. Own 50 hero skins to unlock the medal reward. Warlord 2. Own 25 level 7 or higher demon soldiers. And Relentless Lucky One. Hidden achievement, stay tuned. Relentless Lucky One. Sounds like something related to summoning. Alright, optimize the product refresh rules for a dungeon shop. The dungeon shop now permanently sells mystery demon chests. Friendly Face-Off now supports auto fight. Friendly Face-Off can now save auto fight data in the same arena mode. When players use auto fight to attack an arena, manually take over mid-battle. If they choose to save the auto fight record to a specified mode during the settlement, the gear and artifact data of the auto fight record will not change. When purchasing a stamina with diamonds, the single purchase count has been adjusted from 30 times to 10 times. Wait, it was 10 times already. What are they talking about? Purchasing stamina with diamonds, the single purchase count has been adjusted from 30 to 10. It's already 10. Hold on, we're gonna look at that afterward. Alright, adjusted the round win-loss display in Hero's Gauntlet. After optimization, commanders can now perform basic battle operations when round win losses are triggered. During auto fight, added options to automatically sell gear below mythic and non-recommended gear. These options take effect once enabled. 16 that's great. So pause. That's great for the reality of running out of space when you're doing your runs. If you just don't keep anything that's not thumbs up, then you don't even have to stress running out of space as easily. But when you're full of stuff where you need to come back and actually choose to manually sell it, that's really, really going to help for more multi-battles at once. All right, optimize the attack range, change display in the Awakenings of Hero interface. Okay, that is so great. Like, so Valkyra, she adds a range. So what does that mean? They're going to actually visually show that? I hope so. That's something that should have been done since the beginning. Alright, fixed an issue where heroes with a sanctity effect, such as Nora, could not properly receive healing from Tallulah's forest spirit or Dasomi's magic incense and potent magic incense effects. That relates to that previous mention above. Alright, fixed an issue where the Silver Envoy Moradin could still display default skin effects when gaining energy upon deployment during bond activation. And fixed an issue where Theowen's large saber, where visual effects were abnormally persisting. And fixed text display errors and some hero tags. Okay, so ton of updates, a lot of big stuff actually thrown in the mix of this other. And they said the stamina though. Let's go here. So Diamond Shop. You can purchase 10 out of 10. That's it. So what did they actually mean from 10 to 30? I think that's what they mean. I think they mean the other way around. Like instead of only 10, it's going to go up to 30, I think. All right, guys, that is all for this video. I was going to include other stuff, but this is a really long video. It was a lot to read, and I didn't expect to have so much to go through. So I'm sorry that I'm a day or two late, but if you guys are slackers and you're procrastinators, just kidding, you're just behind like I am, and you haven't read it yet, well, hopefully that was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh wait, and a final reminder, in case you missed it, the dev interviews are here. I have already posted my dev interview here, and I have the whole thing with the full chapters, all the details. And if you really want a nice breakdown of this and not, you know, cutting out anything important, but actually hearing what they had to say, I have literally chapters for everything. We go over all of the topics here, and I actually make this as simple as possible, but still able to digest the whole thing with the best edits possible for an hour-long video. So if that's what you guys would like to see, make sure you check it out if you haven't already. But as they noted here, it seems they did do a post letting people know that, hey, we have the videos here about this, and I should be doing another video here soon where I talk about some of the stuff in a bit bigger detail. But yeah, join us. We have all posted videos, so there you go.